Hi everyone, so quick introduction. My name is Rich. I am Performance Director at 80 Days, and thank you for saying this is a treat for everyone. So let's see how it goes. So we're talking about the 3 pillars of AI discovery as part of 80 Days sponsorship at this conference. Sam, as Alex just said, spoke about brand and the importance of that within AI discovery. Tomorrow, I'm going to be hosting a couple of roundtables where we talk about paid AI inclusion. And 80 Days Chairman Mark Forrester will be joining us for that. But today, we're talking about the organic part, which is GEO. So today is all about how your hotel or your hotel brands can be consistently recommended by AI shortlists rather than being completely overlooked. Now, I don't need to labor this point. A lot of people are talking about how popular AI is and how popular ChatGPT in particular is, but there's a lot of other platforms as well, and it's all very fragmented at the moment. That won't be the case forever. Things will calm down a little bit, and there will be some clear winners within that. But just right now, there's a lot of different tools out there that can get a little bit confusing. A couple of stats just before we start. By next year, 25% less traditional search engine volume will be taking place, so that's huge already. And 2 years later, it's estimated by Gartner that half of all search traffic will bypass Google completely, which just shows that you really need to be thinking of your GEO and SEO strategies now to make sure that you are being recommended by the AI platforms. And that's when we're talking about AI shortlists. So you'll know yourself when you ask ChatGPT or Google's AI mode, give me the best hotels in Dubai or the best family hotels in Dubai, it comes up with some recommendations. It only chooses a few hotels. Sometimes it only chooses 2, sometimes it chooses 5. If you're lucky, it'll show 10. But basically, what we're talking about today is how you can be in that recommended little shortlist. And that's generative engine optimization. I'll read this part. So the process of optimizing your website's content to ensure it is accurately understood, used, and prioritized by AI-driven search engines and AI agents. So the question that we're asked quite a lot of the time is, how does GEO differ from traditional SEO? And there is a lot of commonalities between them, but there's one fundamental difference, that the work that you do on your website and third-party websites for SEO purposes is all about getting you ranked. So that's keywords. How many relevant keywords can you rank for? With GEO, on the other hand, it's doing the work to get you recommended. And that's why we're talking about the shortlist today. Sam spoke about this earlier. What AI doesn't understand about your hotel or your brand, it won't recommend you. And if AI doesn't trust what you're saying, you know, you're the best family hotel in the city, or you've got these, unique selling points. If that isn't backed up by third-party validation, then again, AI won't recommend you. So if you want to be recommended by the AI platforms, it's about understanding and trust. So a little example here. We're going to search a very generic search of the best hotels in Dubai. And there's a lot of them, so there's a lot of competition here. Within traditional SEO, you'll recognize this. You've got your sponsored listings at the top. That's your paid advertising. You've got your meta search mixed with Google business profile listings. So that's a mixture of paid and SEO in the middle. But your traditional SEO is down the bottom with the green link, the green box there. So these blue links is where you wanted to rank for as many of these search terms as possible. For a search term as generic as this, it is the OTAs that are going to come up. It's going to be TripAdvisor, etc. But what the guest is doing is they're doing their research now. They're clicking on a few links, reading a few articles, and making their mind up. When it comes to AI, we've used Google's AI mode here as the example, but it's the same for ChatGPT and Perplexity, etc. All that research has been done. OTAs, it's looking into TripAdvisor, the listicles, Instagram, other social media accounts, and your own direct website as well. And what it's done is it's already done the research and categorized and given 2 recommendations for each type of hotel. So you've got the iconic luxury ones, 2 of them. Best for beach, just 2 of them. If you scroll down, there was only 2 hotels being recommended for family friendly. So the guest is going to automatically look at those first. So that's where you're really wanting to be present. So what can you do to actually be chosen by AI? And that's when it comes down to the 3 C's: clarity, consistency, and credibility. So I'll just go through each one of these. Clarity is all about AI completely understanding who you are and what makes you different from your competitors. So that's having great content on your website, FAQ pages, articles, blog posts, just really shouting about what makes you unique. Then you've got the codes in the background, so that's your data, your schema, structured data. That all tells AI what's what. Is this page about an F&B outlet? If it is, what are the opening times? What's the cuisine type? What's the address? What's the phone number, etc.? It just makes everything completely clear. You've then got the fundamentals, which were also part of SEO, which is making sure that AI bots can actually see your website. And you'd be surprised the amount of times we see with our clients or when we do audits that AI bots are actually blocked from looking at your own website. Now, AI is going to take information from all these different sources, but isn't it better that you can actually feed it with information directly from your own website? So that's clarity. Now we go on to consistency, which is about having the same identical information about your property throughout all the major touch points. So that's your hotel website, the OTAs, TripAdvisor, anything that you have control over. Make sure your hotel name, your phone number, your address, all your services, amenities, number of rooms and suites is identical throughout everything. If there's any inconsistencies, that's what would introduce what we call AI doubt. And with AI doubt comes less chance of being recommended. So we've used the Conrad Hotel as an example here. This one in Dubai, it does very well for business searches, best business hotel or best corporate hotel in the region. And if you look at their marketing messaging throughout all the major channels, it's very similar. They keep talking about being in the Dubai's business district, refined luxury. So they've got good consistency, and that really helps them be recommended. And then finally, we've got credibility. So that's been proven by the third parties. So you need good, high-quality, recent reviews, keyword-rich, which means it's mentioning the things that you're saying that you are, family-friendly hotel, uber luxury, but also that you've got mentions in respected publications and awards, and you're shouting about that as well. So again, we're using the Conrad Hotel in Dubai as an example because they do so well within the AI shortlists. They've won multiple awards for Middle East Leading Business Hotel 2024. They've won many other awards, as well as having great reviews that are specific to being a great business hotel, and that's the third-party validation. So the clarity, the consistency, and the credibility. Now, there's a lot of things that you can check in terms of first-party checks. So that's looking at your own website and looking at rented assets. So that's your Google business profile, things that you have direct control over. This is just a subsection of some of the things that we look into for our clients to make sure they're GEO ready. And then you've got credibility, so that's your third-party checks. Again, there's a lot of different things you can check here to make sure that you're actually ready to be shortlisted. There's user-generated content. You've been mentioned positively on Reddit. Do you have Instagrammers talking about you? And your third-party listings as well. So we thought it'd be a good example just to show how it doesn't matter if you have a great brand behind you. If you don't have GEO strategy in place, or you're lagging behind in some ways, then you might not be recommended. So this is an example. Ask ChatGPT to pick the top 5-star family-friendly hotels in Dubai. And here's 10. So there's some that will be quite obvious that will be chosen, but you can see they're all great hotels, all 5-star, all really well known and good for families. So ChatGPT came up with Atlantis the Palm, the Four Seasons, Jumeirah Beach Hotel, Jumeirah Mina Salam, and the one and only, Royal Mirage. But if we go back to this list, I asked ChatGPT not to give a top 5 now, but to give a top 10. So this was in the top 10, but these 5 that you see on the screen now didn't make it into the top 5. So for someone that just asked for the top hotels that are 5-star and family-friendly in Dubai, they weren't recommended, these 5, which includes a Fairmont Hotel, a Waldorf Astoria, Mandarin Oriental, a Ritz-Carlton, and the JA Palm Tree Court as well. And the reason for the difference of being recommended or not recommended comes down to the 3 C's. So from a clarity perspective, the 5 that were chosen had better implemented schema code. They had better, more frequently updated content. From a consistency perspective, there was less variation on that top 5 in terms of their hotel name, their address, their services, their amenities. And then from a credibility perspective, now they're all extremely credible properties. They're all extremely credible brands, but that top 5 just picked them to the post. They have slightly more awards and are listed more often in Condé Nast Traveler and all these other really trusted and respected publications for family-friendly breaks or family-friendly hotels. So that's the main reasons that those 5 were chosen over the other. And it just shows how much GEO can make a difference there. So just to finish off, what we've done is we've put together a short little checklist that you can download on your phone and have a look at your own website and see if you are actually AI ready. So if your website looks great and is great interaction, it's great to use for users, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for AI. Where users see a beautiful website and they're all looking for the experience, AI is just looking for data. So look at your schema code, your clean headings, anything that AI can interpret, make it as easy as possible. So I'm going to put a QR code up on the screen in a second that has this list, but basically it's just a few little checks you can do. Look at your own website. Are you strong in that area? Are you weak? And if you're a bit weak, then there's a few little actions that you can take. And then, are you being shortlisted or are you being sidelined? So I'm sure after Sam's chat this morning, you've all been looking at your own properties, seeing are you being recommended by Google, are you being recommended by ChatGPT, etc. So again, there's a few little things that you can look into here. Your presence, look at this compared to your competitor set. Are they coming up more? There's then a few little points here that you can check to see why is your competitors coming up more? Do they have better reviews? Do they have more frequent reviews? What about the descriptions? Are you consistently talking about your property the exact same way across all the channels? So have a look at that, and if there's any inconsistencies, then we recommend that you fix those as soon as possible. So I'll just put this up on the screen for a second, if you want to download that. We're not taking any details from this or anything, you just go straight to the document. So that's a whistle-stop tour of GEO within AI and how you can be recommended. As you know, AI is pulling all this information from the most trusted sources. So why don't you make your own direct website, your own hotel website, one of those trusted sources that you have direct control over everything. So we recommend combining SEO with a GEO strategy, and you'll set yourself apart from your competitors as a brand leader in this new space. So we've spoken about brand, we've spoken about GEO. Tomorrow it'd be great to see some of you at the roundtable. I believe there's 2 of them, 3 p.m. tomorrow, and we're talking about paid inclusion within AI. Thank you very much for listening.